Welcome to the Outdoor Realm YouTube channel. I'm Joe, and we're chasing our dream building a homestead on a remote piece of property in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So join us on this next adventure of the UP Project.
This is an absolutely beautiful day. I really hate to disturb the silence. You can hear that creek running down there. There's a lot of water in it right now. You got crows and ravens flying around. Actually, I heard the first grouse of the year drumming. That was pretty cool. I think the only thing that could complete this whole morning would be a turkey gobble. But I got work to do, and unfortunately I'm going to have to disturb the silence for the next couple days here, so might as well get to it.
It's been a couple weeks now since the last time we were up to the property. The last time we were here, we felled a bunch of trees, and now we need to get them cleaned up. Felling trees, well, that's the easy part. Once they're on the ground, though, that's where the real work begins. This particular tree is a bit too small to make into lumber, so we're just going to cut it up into firewood. There are a number of skills that I believe every man should learn at some point in his life. One of those skills is how to run a chainsaw. Like any other tool, the more you use a chainsaw, the more skilled you'll become with it. You pick up on little tips and tricks along the way to make the job easier. One thing I learned while cutting up these long tree trunks is you can make your cuts all along the tree, ensuring the cuts do not go quite all the way through. Then you can flip the log over and finish cutting through the log. This is a quick and efficient way to cut up firewood, and you can help save your saw blade by keeping it out of the dirt.
Alright, well, I think I'm going to take a little break here, grab some water, and I'd like to go look at the creek, see how full it is. So I think my mom's here with me. I think I forgot to mention that. It's just me and her, and we came up last night and stayed in the camper, and it's a beautiful day today. It couldn't be any better, really. It's perfect. So I think we're going to go for a little walk, and we'll get back to work when we get back.
We set to work cutting up the biggest of the felled trees. We hope to use the logs of the larger trees to make floorboards for the cabin, so we need to ensure they're the proper length. Cutting up large trees can be a dangerous task, so one must work carefully in order to prevent injury. cant hook can prove to be a very useful tool when working with timber. One can use leverage to easily roll large logs into position to be cut. Occasionally, the saw blade may become stuck. The use of wedges makes removing the blade quite simple, actually. The wedges help to open up the kerf, which is the cut in the log, allowing the blade to be removed. It is also important to understand how tension can be built up in the limbs of fallen trees. Attention to detail is critical. Tree branches are flexible, and once cut, the bound up energy can cause the limb to spring back to its original form. This springing action can be enough to cause great harm to a person, or worse, so cuts must be made slowly and cautiously in order to help prevent a medical emergency. Every tree that is felled requires time to remove, and is a necessary part of creating a life in the woods. But to someone who is working towards building a future, this work is greeted with a willing spirit, knowing it is the price of success which must be paid.
Well, we got a really big chunk of this done, thankfully. I am worn out though, my back is killing me. It's time to go grab something to eat right now, so I'm gonna go do that. Also gotta get these logs out of here, try to figure out how I'm gonna do that. Man, I am whooped right now. I haven't felt this tired in a long time, just physically. It's good stuff though.
Knowing we would need to move logs eventually, I came up with a plan for that. I've seen a few people use boom lifts to skid logs, so we're gonna try that. However, the results were not as I expected, and I'm about to get a lesson in gravity and leverage here. These logs are very heavy, and when the tractor moves forward, the weight of the log pulls against the end of the boom lift like a lever and lifts the front tires off the ground. Even after trying the lightest of the logs, I realized we need another solution. The weight of the logs must be moved closer to the tractor to help eliminate the leverage of the boom pole. I found that the closer the log is to the tractor and the lower it is to the ground, the more likely the tractor's front tires stay on the ground. Not only is this more efficient in maneuvering the tractor while skidding the logs, but it's also much safer. The idea of using the boom pole to skid logs is pretty neat, and I'm a little disappointed it turned out how it did. But when the plan fails, you have to be able to adjust, and we will likely not be using the boom pole to skid any more big logs in the future. It's truly a blessing to be able to labor towards our goals of turning this raw piece of land into a homestead. We are very thankful for God's provision of the land, the equipment, and the health and strength required to work the land. And when our plans fall through, well, we're thankful for the opportunity to practice problem solving so we can come up with that next idea that just might work. Because when we ask God for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, He doesn't just give it to us directly. Instead, He puts us into a position to learn providing us with opportunities to gain that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through an experience. It's up to us to step up to the challenge which is placed before us and humble ourselves in order to become better. Today might be full of trials or hardships, but the next day is a new day in which we can use our newfound skills to tackle the next, even greater challenge. And from day to day, the skills continue to build on one another.
Okay, well, it's not morning. It's actually 2:30 in the afternoon. We left this morning at about 10 o'clock, went to town, picked up an auger and a box blade while we have the trailer, and we just made it back to camp with the auger and the box blade. We've got to make sure that we get the tarp garage thing up for the tractor, so I've got a spot picked out for that, and we're gonna go get that set up hopefully before dark tonight. So
before we can put up the garage, we need to clear space for it. I chose a fairly level spot near to where the cabin will be on top of the ridge. In a prior video, someone commented and said we should try using a subsoiler to help get through roots in the ground. This actually sounded like pretty sound advice, and although we didn't get a subsoiler, this box blade, which comes with the rippers, should help with the root problem. You can see all these little trees in this area. Those all need to come out, and the rippers will see to it that they do. A small tractor such as this Ford 8N can prove to be an invaluable tool on a homestead. What would have likely taken us hours to clear this spot will now only take a fraction of that time to get the job done. And once you own a tractor, you can let your imagination run wild as to the uses for it. And I have to say, I'm very glad that we made this investment. These box blades are very effective in what they do, and I have to say, I was very impressed by the results that this implement provided. They can be used in multiple different configurations, allowing for adjustment of the ripper length and angle of the rear blade. They're excellent grading tools, and sure beat using a shovel any day. Once we're near the grade that I'm looking for, we'll make a final adjustment and smooth out the surface.
well, I think that worked out pretty good. That box blade was a very good investment, I think. So we're gonna go grab the parts for the shed now and start putting that together.
This garage is similar to a big puzzle, and I have to admit, puzzles are not my strong suit. But thankfully it's a fairly simple assembly process. Working as a team is also highly beneficial to getting things done, and it also tends to be more enjoyable when you're in the company of those you love and care about. Trying to do this all on my own would have proven to be quite difficult.
Well, we made some pretty good progress. This thing's kind of a pain to put together because I'm the one who took it down, and I did it by myself, and it was kind of collapsing in on itself, and some of the poles bent. But I got it from a friend of mine, and I got it for free, so it was really nice of him to let me take it. It's going to be really useful up here. So we're going to go quick and take a dinner break, and then we'll get back to putting this puzzle together. Alright, well, we got some pretty good headway done on that garage tarp thing, but I think we're going to take the rest of the night off. Yesterday was a pretty physical day, and today, yeah, it's just been a lot of work lately. So we're just going to take a little break, take the night off, enjoy the evening. Tomorrow we're going to get back at it, and we'll see how it goes.
Enjoying good food up here is certainly something to be grateful for. To be honest, if I was up here alone, I'd probably go hungry. There's simply too much to get done to be spending time preparing food. This brings to mind the fact that everyone has a purpose in this homesteading endeavor. I bring most of the hard labor and vision. My mother, on the other hand, has other valuable skills such as cooking. And yes, she does assist with some of the labor, as everyone else does. What I'm getting at is not everyone is good at everything. Each person has his or her own talent that brings something to the table, and in that way we work well together as a team, growing in our individual skills we are comfortable with, and perhaps even more importantly, learning new skills together through this process. As much as I would like to be done cutting wood on this trip, we really need to finish clearing the area of these trees. Sticking to a task, even when it gets boring and monotonous, can be a really difficult thing to do sometimes. But success does not come from putting off work. Sometimes you just have to put your head down and get the job done. It may be boring or just downright awful, but it's got to get done. It helps remember the vision of what the future holds, knowing that beyond all this work, there's great reward, and that helps keep a person motivated. Similarly, maintaining a positive outlook and viewing work as a way to improve yourself can also be a great motivation to carry on. I'm not the biggest fan of AI-generated stuff, as it seems to remove the human effort and talent aspect of things. But I was messing around with AI one day and had it create a poem about working. This poem actually sums up my thoughts pretty well about how I feel about working on this homestead, so I had to share it. It goes like this. The dawn breaks bright upon my back. The day awaits in open hands. By God's own gift, the earth I shape, and joy is found where effort stands. Each swing of steel, each callous hand, I see His grace in every tree. The sweat I shed is not in vain, for He has made this work for me. No softer path could bring such peace, no sweeter prize than what I've got. I take each day with heart made glad, for labor is my lot. Before we can go home from this trip, we really need to get this garage done. And once again, the tractor comes in handy. One nice thing about this tarp garage is how simple and quick it is to assemble, not to mention the affordability. Now, as I did mention before, I got this garage for free, but they usually run about $400 brand new.
Oh, this one's got different poles.
until we can put up a permanent structure, this garage will act as a temporary storage area for not only the tractor, but also for our other implements and tools that we need for the homestead. It's very important to take care of your equipment and ensure that it lasts a long time, and keeping everything out of the elements will greatly assist with that. Well, we got the garage all put together and ready to store all of our equipment. And that's a big load off my mind, knowing that 1, we have a dry place to keep our equipment, and 2, I don't have to haul the tractor back and forth every time we come up to the property. Things are slowly coming together.
Well, we got a lot of stuff done on this trip. We got that tree cut up, we got that garage put up. I might go work on a food plot that I've been thinking about putting in. It's been a really good trip. Hoping to be back out here in a couple weeks. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, and we're gonna enjoy one more night here. We'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for following along. If you liked this video, be sure to check out our other videos on our YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button. We hope we'll see you again soon, and remember to gear up, get out, and go find your own outdoor adventure.